And soon we won't have the Terminator.
That was unexpected.
I've come to anticipate that.
You can't anticipate the unexpected. It's impossible.
I can.
You cannot.
I can simply anticipate that something will go wrong.
That's called being aware of own stupidity.
Nope, no, you can be 100% perfect and shit will still go wrong. I can attest to this. I have actual personal evidence where you can be perfect and still get fucked over.
Jesus.
By shit that's 99.99% out of your control. Really, it's amazing.
I'm rolling. We're behind, but I'm rolling. It's fine. Well, this is gonna be interesting. I'm JD. What?
No, sorry.
Okay, I'm JD the Media Jack, and this is the Flipside, episode 422, alongside my friend and broadcast partner Eli. You can follow me all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and on Mixer. And I'm going to try that caffeine thing sometime in the very near future. And as always, get in on the conversation. We do have the chat up, and you can get on the conversation either through Mixer, Twitch, or on YouTube.
Hit me.
Your music's coming in loud and clear.
Oh, I know why. That's because it was coming through the actual speakers. That's why. But you can hear my voice, right?
Yeah, I can hear your voice. It was just I was also hearing your music still going too. I was like, is he actually done?
No. Now I'm done. It's done.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So I'm Elijah. You're listening to the WTF ATTA podcast. Joining me tonight is JD, all the way from BC. Not to be confused with AD, altogether different.
Exactly.
And in one moment, I've managed to epitomize what the fuck are they talking about.
we had a bit of a rough start. Hey, get your contacts out.
My contacts.
You could watch this and they could follow you where.
Oh, I'm thinking you're talking about like people that I know. I'm like, why do I want to talk about them? I don't like them. No, I'm kidding.
No.
All right, so you can go to the website, wtfatta.blogspot.com. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, email us, wtfattapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and iTunes, searching for WTFATTA. And you can find us on Facebook, searching for the WTFATTA podcast.
Let me just take a quick look at the other jackasses here. Hold on. Might as well take a look. How are you?
Who? Me?
You.
Oh. I was thinking contextually. You were looking at other jackasses and you were yelling at them. How are you? Jackass. I kind of feel like that's, after Happy Gilmore, the jackass guy and Happy Gilmore became friends. And that's what they were doing. Like, how you doing, jackass?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you want to go to Red Lobster? We can go to Red Lobster.
I kind of wish that they would come out with a Happy Gilmore too. Maybe do like a combination of all of Adam Sandler's characters in one fucking movie.
Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore?
In one movie.
And Little Nicky. Billy Madison,
yeah.
Happy Gilmore, and Little Nicky. It sounds like a beginning of a really bad joke.
No, but to top it all off, because you got to have the serious side of it, you got to have the
Cobbler?
Adam Sandler. No, Ridiculous Six.
I haven't watched that at all. And how is that the ridiculous side?
Oh my god, it is so fucking funny. You gotta watch that movie. Terry Crews, amazing. Fucking hilarious.
Terry Crews is amazing in everything.
He really is. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is so fucking awesome. Partly because of him. And partly because of the captain. The captain is fucking hilarious.
Bitter Old Goons Gaming has joined the conversation saying hello. What's up, boys?
Hello, welcome to Canada. It's colder than home.
Bitter Old Goons Gaming, they're based out of Saskatchewan. I'm pretty sure they're suffering.
They really get the cold.
Yeah, exactly. They get it worse than you.
We got well, I'm on top of a hill, at the edge of a valley, so I get big ass gusts. The snow that comes here, I can go 20 feet down the hill and it's fucking Garden of Eden green.
Yeah, well, it's starting to get that way here. Fucking
3 weeks ago, I was getting ready to pull out my fucking lawnmower.
Yeah.
It's all back.
Really?
All back.
It's that bad.
It's been back for like 2 weeks. Like,
FYI.
and I'm talking a good 2.5, 3 feet out there.
Oh, whoops. FYI, my game is listed as Sea of Thieves. I gotta fix that. I'm streaming on YouTube, but it says I'm playing Sea of Thieves right now. No.
This is more of a den of thieves.
Yes, exactly. Den of dumbasses. So Okay, so the weather has not calmed down out in
At all.
out in the eastern side, whereas out here in the west, things are definitely doing a little bit better. Oh, yeah, gaming for for YouTube. Apparently, I'm playing The Long Dark, and on Twitch, apparently, I'm playing Sea of Thieves.
You're just all over the map.
Just covering it all. Might as well. Does that save?
Jeez.
That should save. Okay.
I heard the funniest fucking Canadian joke the other day.
What's that?
Not really a joke, but it was more an observation. Something about Canadians when they die, they don't go to heaven. They go back to the nearest Tim Hortons. And that explains why there's always a Canadian near Tim Hortons, because they're trying to find the nearest save point.
Same here. We have
It might be
snowstorm
true.
warning here in Saskatoon. Jesus. That is disgusting.
Yeah, this weather is
Bad.
fucking. Oh, like I said, I'm lighting up 5 smokes. Only smoking one. The other 4 can help contribute to global warming.
I was supposed to have an interview with the members of that metalcore band Ginger, who are currently on their very first tour of North America. And you all right?
There's just one cough.
Sounds like you were swallowing a bottle whole. Anyway, they were on their very first tour of North America. They're from the Ukraine, and subsequently, first of all, they had to cancel 2 of their concerts, I believe, because of passport issues. They were not issued their passports in time. And then I was supposed to have that interview with them yesterday, or actually on Saturday, but they were in Minnesota, where they got hit with that same snowstorm you got hit with. And after dealing with the snowstorm and dealing with the cold and the wet and the snow and whatnot, both the lead singer and the bassist are now feeling under the weather. Bitter Old Goons Gaming says, maybe don't have 5 smokes then, eh, bud? Stop coughing so much. Touche.
Gonna be a little hard.
So anyway, the weather. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the weather has been a pain in the ass, and like this has like been the coldest year I think we've had when it comes to extended winter in Canada in a very long time.
Yeah, I was saying that to someone else the other day, that this reminds me of the winters of old, where the snowbanks were 6 feet high, and you had snow on the ground until May.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See,
I can remember
that...
sometimes.
Hold on a sec here. Tap your mic. Yeah, it's on your fucking headphones.
Really?
Yes.
Son of a
That's
bitch.
why there's that weird static every time you move your arm across your neck. Is because you're not covering yourself. You're actually causing more static.
My apologies.
Okay,
Right.
so
that should be a little better there.
Holy shit! You're in the room.
He has arrived.
Holy crap! That's a major difference. Now, a little bit of troubleshooting at the beginning of this episode because of the fact that Discord went down like right at 5 o'clock when we were about to launch. Go figure.
It really shit the bed.
So I tried calling you on Facebook, like, let's get something going here because I'm just dragging my feet. And you refuse to give Mark Zuckerberg any sort of information. Look, he's already tied up in Congress as is, answering dumbass questions from people who don't understand what Facebook is.
Facebook is a means of collecting information on people, and a means of figuring out who people are without having to actually get their names or anything or any of their information. At this point, they have pattern algorithms that would be able to determine exactly who you are if you moved from IP to IP to IP. Doesn't matter if you change your IP. Doesn't matter if you do a VPN. Your habits are what they track.
Yeah. How is this a surprise to anyone? This is why I keep my personal life very limited on Facebook.
I knew a long time ago that this was going on. I remember when Facebook first came out, I said, Facebook is recording your information. When you think you've deleted your account, they're keeping it. And people said I was crazy.
No, and it's absolutely, utterly true. I now, like, the Facebook account I have now is actually my second Facebook account. If I wanted to, I can go and reactivate my first Facebook account that I shut down back in, like, 2011. And it's still there.
All the images, everything.
Everything. So, yeah, like, this is no surprise to me, which, like, always boggles my mind whenever everyone's like, I'm on vacation, I'm here, I'm there, here's my phone number, look, I've moved, I'll just enter this information into my Facebook profile. Yeah, it's like, you might as well just put up a billboard up in front of your house.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's ridiculous.
Now, there is a difference in, like, a monicum of privacy when it comes to what is in Facebook. For example, if you and I have a private conversation through Facebook Messenger, it's not like anyone else can read that other than Mark Zuckerberg, apparently. But no one else can read that unless we give them access to it. But if you and I have a conversation on, like, your wall, on your profile, then, of course, anyone who is within your level of privacy settings can read that. Facebook reads all the private messages and logs them. Well, we know that now. And
I knew that from the get-go. In fact, the reason that I refuse to give it access to my camera and the microphone is because if you do that, they can turn it on whenever they want.
They scan for terrorists and hate messages, according to Bitter Old Goods Gaming.
And I've had fun with that because I've sent a lot of random keywords in private messages, things like Hitler great, Islam good.
Thank God you weren't sending those to me.
I was actually doing it to Kelly. She eventually told me to stop.
Hey, you're gonna get me in shit, asshole. Stop it.
Well, that's just it. If they did it, if they gave any sort of indication that something was going on, I haven't put that shit anywhere else, only in the private messages. So if they did something, they would have had to have admitted they were reading the private messages. It was a double. It was a double game.
Did you know? Did you know that until recently, until it came out in Congress, Mark Zuckerberg and the IT behind Facebook were the only ones able to delete portions of messages as well as completely delete messages? Interesting. Like.
No, why would you give that authority to anyone else? If your goal is to maintain the record, you limit access to that as much as you possibly can.
Well, of course, because it's data mining, and this is something that makes sense. You have to think, like, the amount of times, the amount of years Facebook has been around, and the fact that they've charged $0 for it means that they are getting profit from somewhere else. And by the way, it always pisses me off every time I get any sort of private message or forwarded message or any sort of Facebook profile update, spam, share it with your fucking friends thing about Facebook is going to start charging. No, they're not. And this fucking, some jackass out there is just creating this chainmail issue and trying to get everyone around it. Oh, and then there's the messages too. I'm going on a rant. So then there's messages too about, like, if you reply to this message, then you're telling Facebook that you do not want them to share your messages and you do not want them to poke into your privacy, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. That is nothing more than another fucking chain letter that someone else just wrote up thinking, oh, this will work, right? Because Facebook is paying attention and this means something. No, it means nothing.
It's almost a carbon copy of the Hotmail is going to start charging for accounts. It's almost a fucking carbon copy. All they did was switch out Hotmail for Facebook.
But they did at one point in time, did they not? You had to pay for...
No, never. You've never had to pay for Hotmail. Not once.
You sure?
I've never had to pay for it. Not once in my life.
Bitter Old Goons Gaming says, I laugh when folks do those stupid face swap tests and shit. Way to go, asshole. You just gave them your facial identity to anyone willing to buy it. The same thing with the people who do that 43andMe or 23andMe or the DNA testing. So you're signing a waiver and giving your DNA to a private company that if they go tits up or if they, get hard up for money, they are legally within their right to sell your DNA and your name and your address to anyone at all. No. No, it's fucking stupid. Like, I am...
See,
go ahead.
My parents did it. They did the whole gene history, the whole works.
Yeah.
And my mom said, you should do it. And I looked at her and said, I don't need to.
You're right here.
Yeah, I've got half of what I've got is coming from you, and half of what I've got is coming from you.
Yeah.
I know that I'm going to be a portion of those, and I know that the father's side is going to be a bit more dominant, and that'll be it.
The facial hair kind of gives that away.
Facial hair, the jaw. Oh my god, I have my grandpa's jaw. And holy shit, I am a fucking dead ringer for my great grandpa.
Really?
Fuck yeah, eerie shit on my dad's mom's side. Her dad, wow, saw a picture of him. Shit. Put me in like an 1800s like nice jacket with the vest and that, like a pocket watch and shit. Damn.
Bitter Ogoons Gaming says, I wonder when Google will catch hell for selling data. They do the same thing with your emails. This is true, but you also keep in mind, no one uses Google Plus.
On that note, it doesn't matter if you use Google Plus, because I've been doing a lot of work with React, which is what Facebook uses to run their system, and you can do what's called O-authoring, and that's where you can sign in with your Facebook account, Twitter, and your Google account.
Yeah.
And your Gmail account in particular is the one that I find the most interesting because up until a couple of days ago, you were basically able to see everything about a person. And I mean,
through what?
Holy shit. O-authoring.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So someone goes to your, and this is like, if you go to like those quiz sites, right? And they're like, you want to sign in with your Facebook, or do you want to sign in with your Gmail, right? You go in there for just a moment. It was just to see if they had what you wanted. They didn't have it. You backed out. You didn't fucking delete the account. Doesn't really matter if you deleted the account. You signed up with it. They have what they want. They don't care if you're there or not because they have all of your data. They have everything they need to know about you the moment that you went to that quiz.
If you signed in through a third party like Facebook or Google or something.
Something that uses the O-authoring system.
Yeah, like I know I've used that quite a few times on different sites, different programs, like even my own Patreon. I signed in through Google. Now, again, I'm not overly panicked because I don't share a shit ton.
No, but it doesn't matter. I mean, like when I'm saying they're tracking your information, I mean, because you've OAuthed in through the one account, if you have that same account on your phone, they are able to detect where your location is because you've been OAuthed in.
Okay. Makes sense. It makes sense.
It's fucking terrifying. But to kind of bring a little bit back, this was only until a couple of days ago. I have never seen anything pushed through this fast in my life.
Okay. We fucked up. Fix this.
No. It was 2 days. 2 days after Zuckerberg got caught. And he was going in, and he was going... 2 days before he was going to Congress.
Okay.
Or sorry, 2 days after Congress.
Okay.
The first time in Congress.
Okay.
Google changed their rules. All of them. They said we are now fully 100% in compliance with EU and international laws. I had to
change it quick.
Because I use the O-authoring system and I use a Google Firebase database.
Yeah.
I have to abide by these laws, and that I'm not grabbing information that I'm not allowed to grab. Right. So, and I, it's an offline program, so it's only me that's ever logging in. So I'm only looking at my own information, but that's how I realized, like, goddamn, this shit is tracking fucking everything.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all, honestly.
Like, I mean, if you go to any site, if you don't fucking like clear your cookies and everything after you've gone to an OAuth site, every other website you go to in your browser, doesn't matter if it's a different tab, every fucking site is being tracked. Okay, and what you do on that site is being tracked.
Okay, so
Like, I mean, the amount of data collection is ridiculous.
So Patreon knows what I watch on Pornhub. So what?
Yeah, 100%. 100% they do. I guarantee it. Like, I mean, shit, you can go into, if you have Google Analytics for like a Blogspot site, you can go into the Google Analytics site and you can check out the history of where people are gone. You can see how, like, if someone was going through your website and then they went to a porn site immediately right after that.
Fuck off.
And
fuck off.
I have found porn sites that way.
Ooh, that looks like a good one. Okay, I have. Oh, hold on. You know I have a Blogspot site, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna test your theory right
Sure.
now.
Ooh, it might not work because they changed the rules.
Well, let's see. Hold on. All right, so go into my Blogspot site, which is, of course, just like everything else, themediajack.blogspot.ca. Because I'm.
Oh, no. You have to go in through the analytics website. It's far more robust because that allows you to actually drill down into the behavior, and then you can see how far they went through all your pages before they went out to porn. So it's like they saw something on your page and they were like, porn.
Okay, what's the analytics site then?
Analytics.google.com.
Oh, okay. Analytics Google. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Can I show this?
If you want.
I mean, it's not going to show anything that it doesn't. It's not going to show.
You can potentially show some sensitive information, yeah.
Let me take a peek here right now live, and then we'll go from here. But I do have the page up, so okay, what am I looking at?
Okay, so you're looking for, on the left-hand side, there'll be something that says, like, behavior.
Behavior. Yes, there is. There's a tab right underneath audience and acquisition. Okay.
Yeah. Audience is an interesting one because that can help you drill down your demographics for the ages of the people that are coming in, if they're male, female, what they're kind of interested in. So the audience is an interesting one. But behavior is, in behavior, there should be, shit. I'm trying to go just off of memory here.
If just bear with us here, because if I can share this, I will actually bring it up on the screen. But I'm just gonna see what pops up here. Okay, so we have behavior flow, site content, site speed, site search, events, publisher, experiments.
I think it's events. No, no. Sorry, I remember why I was in behavior before. No, audience. Audience is what you want. Yeah.
Overview, active users, lifetime value, cohort analysis. Audiences, user explorer.
Users? Yeah.
I'm going to share this. Hold on. All right. I'm looking at the analytics to my Google.
Okay. Audiences.
Overview, audiences. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty quiet on the Western Front here.
It's likely set to a day. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's go month. Still pretty quiet.
You're not gonna have any data.
What? Why?
Because you likely haven't actually connected the account ID to Google Analytics. You have to take your Google ID there on Analytics. Your Google Analytics ID gets put into your Blogger.
Okay.
And then it makes the connection.
I think I already did that, but anyway, like it shouldn't be there anymore. Because you said that they changed it, right?
Yeah. I'm going to quickly jump in because I do have mine set up. But essentially what's going on is this change. Google realized, like, oh, shit, Zuckerberg's doing the same shit we're doing. We better get on top of this now and just be like, yeah, guys, we realized something was wrong, so we took care of it. We were proactive.
Yeah.
We're still recording shit, right? Yes, Bob, it's still fucking being recorded. Are you fucking stupid? All right, just checking, Frank. Just checking. Just wanted to be sure. Jesus.
That's funny. Okay, well, it's interesting, and the fallout from this is going to be, well, we're going to find out eventually what the fallout from all of this will be. Will this change anything from Facebook? It might knock down the trust and the usability of Facebook just a little bit, but the thing is that Facebook has become such a juggernaut and such a tool in communication in modern society that, I mean, people will always be finding other ways of getting out there. There are different ways of promoting yourself in social media, like Instagram, which of course is owned by Facebook, and then Google, which has YouTube, and who owns Twitter?
Facebook.
Facebook owns Twitter? You
Pretty sure? Pretty sure.
This is research at its finest here. Who owns Twitter?
Oh, no, sorry. Facebook owns Instagram. My mistake.
Yeah, I knew that.
Sorry, I was mixing the two up.
I don't think anyone owns Twitter. I think Twitter is its own entity.
Damn right. I don't know why I said that. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Damn right, they're Twitter.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Not any stats that I can show, but like we can look up the demographics, age, gender, interests. Interests can fucking be literally anything.
Well, that goes without saying.
But I mean like Google must have like a building somewhere that is just dedicated entirely to the options that people might make.
You know what? I believe it. And like data mining and research and all that stuff is a business, and they've made it profitable.
Well, and see, you know what? That's kind of what pisses me off about the whole thing.
What?
I would be okay with my information and such being sold if I was getting a royalty cut or some sort of cut, right? I do the effort for the likes, the comments, the thought that I put into some of that. Some of that shit does take thought. It's not just straight out my ass.
This brilliance is not free.
It is, but only if someone else is getting paid for it. Then I want my money. And only if it's some fucking jackass fucking corporation like Facebook. Fuck them.
Quick update on the Twitter thing. They are their own entity. They're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and they own Periscope, Vine, and Mopub, whatever the fuck that is.
Which is kind of funny because Vine is just Periscope redone because Periscope became basically a den of pedophiles.
What?
I don't know where I read some of these stories. I just read them, but apparently that's why Periscope kind of disappeared, is because it basically became a place for pedophiles to go, which honestly I feel like that's just what Snapchat became.
Oh, okay. I can go with that. Vine is dead. They shut down Vine, and they incorporated...
Which is ironic because you can still find new Vines being shown up
on YouTube.
Shit.
Well, that's where all the Viners went, is they went to YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Let's roll on this whole social media thing and all that stuff, and I want to talk about bully hunters. Did you do any sort of research into this? Did you look into this at all?
No, but I like the title.
Really?
Bully Hunter?
Bully Hunter?
Honestly, I kind of feel like I would be Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa. Beat the shit out of some kids today. I feel like I'm doing something with my life.
Okay, so Bully Hunter was an absolutely utter clusterfuck that came to fruition over the weekend. And the basis of it, I'm just like giving a quick synopsis of what this was all about. But Bully Hunter was to raise awareness and also fight back against online bullies who use through MMOPGs or not, MMOPGs,
MMORPG.
MMORPGs, right. I don't fucking play them, okay?
They're a fucking dyslexic's nightmare.
Exactly. But they were really hitting hard on the fact that women gamers, female gamers, were being harassed on a constant basis by bullies, and they were ruining gaming for these women. And so Bully Hunter's premise, apparently, was to create this tool. And I mean by something that you can actually go log in on, be a part of, and let's say that let's say that gamer A is playing CS:GO, and because I'm using CS:GO because this is the example that they used. So gamer A, young woman who's moderate or maybe new to the game or whatever, is playing CS:GO, and she's constantly being like harassed and abusive language, and even just like killed on a regular basis, or like hunted down by one specific gamer, one specific bully, or whatever the case may be. So gamer A contacts Bully Hunters, which is an active website with professional gamers who now jump into this round with CS:GO, make confirmation on the person who's being a bully, killed him once in the game, leave a calling card of harassment is not a fair, or harassment is not a game, and then bullyhunters.org, and then leave the game. That was their premise, and that was going to be their answer to trying to curb and stop all this smack talk, online bullying bullshit that's going on through MMORPGs. Okay, good. So
I'm betting that it kind of backfired, and the bullies were like, "I'm gonna see if I can get on Bully Hunter."
That's just it. Okay, so first of all, anyone
that's actually what fucking happened.
Yeah, anyone out there. Okay, so this whole thing was presented and put together with the studio audience. And it was a live video feed, and there's still footage of this out there on video on demand. It is fucking cringy. You sit down with a bowl of popcorn and a pillow to hide your face in, because this thing is fucking cringy to watch. But it utterly backfired. So apparently the entire premise of this thing was actually just to do nothing more than to raise awareness and to try to even keel the playing field when it comes to playing online and having a healthy community, because playing online can be very toxic depending on depending on what you play. Now, I'll get into that in a moment, but let's finish up with the Bully Hunters thing. A streamer and online player, a rather predominant player, I think her gamer tag is Zombie Unicorn, Natalie is what she's known as, or Natty, was brought in to host this entire event. And when it happened, and the reaction afterward from bullyhunters.org and the whole video on demand thing happened, she took a day to recuperate and then addressed her entire stance and situation during a 2-hour Q&A on her private Twitch feed, to which she started off with, quote, "I should have walked out." Bad sign, okay? So she was on board, apparently, like, and I'm paraphrasing, and I have the utmost respect for her, but she was on board with the whole idea of trying to raise awareness and trying to stop the whole bullying and smack talk and bad language that was being done through a lot of really popular combat games, multiplayer games, MMORPGs, all that stuff. So she was brought on board to do that. Once it all came to light about, first of all, the phoniness, staged, and fake presentation of the entire bullyhunters.org, and the fact that they could only incorporate this into CSGO during public play, not private servers. It keeps going. she admitted that she should have walked out of it because the stunt that they did of the player A calling a bully hunter and then bully hunter going and killing that one person and leaving a calling card and then leaving the game, she was not on board with that stunt, and she was not on board with the idea of the entire premise of bully hunters being this one tool, this one thing that people can be a part of and then basically call in like a strike team or a hitman to do one thing and then bugger off. It's a stupid Go ahead.
It is. I mean, if you really want to be effective, you make it so that person isn't allowed to play. I mean, as soon as they come to life, boom, dead. And they have to sit there and watch the entire fucking match, and you wait. And then if they jump out of the game, I don't know if there's a way to find out whatever server they're in, but if you can find out, I can just keep following them, just keep hounding them until they get the idea that you keep bullying people and you're not going to be able to play. You're going to have to go find private servers with people who are willing to play with you, and you're probably not going to find many.
Isn't that called griefing or something?
Griefing, yeah.
Griefing? Okay. So here's my thoughts. Now, first of all, on the zombie unicorn thing, Natalie, I have the utmost respect for her, and I don't know if she's ever going to see this, but I'm gonna say that perhaps she's gonna see this at one point in time. She was put in a difficult position because she was trying to stand her ground according to what she was saying, but with her background and her language on social media and the fact that she freely, during one live stream about 6 years ago, dropped the F-bomb. And I'm not talking about fuck. I'm talking about the derogatory term for a homosexual male.
You mean a bundle of sticks or an old woman?
Yeah, exactly. She did that.
Or a cigarette if you're in the UK.
She did that twice within a minute during a live stream. And the reason why she said that is because of the fact that her and her boyfriend at the time, who is now her ex, apparently one of their favorite things to do was to use derogatory terms and bad nicknames to each other to try to take the sting and the negativity out of it, which is a fucking stupid thing to do. And the reason why, in my opinion, who the fuck am I? But in my opinion, the reason why...
That's right. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
I'm staying humble here. The reason why it's a stupid thing is because you may think you're taking the sting out of it, but what you're actually doing is normalizing something that is derogatory. You're normalizing something that is harmful. And so it may become nothing to you, but if it becomes nothing to you, then it becomes part of your regular vocabulary and use that out in public, you're going to offend a shit ton of other people. And I am by no means am I a social justice warrior at all. But I believe, and working in radio, there is a time and a place. I believe that derogatory terms and bad words and slang and slander are what they are for a reason. And you trying to take the sting out of it by referring to your significant other as those slur words does nothing at all other than create a worse situation. Now,
South Park literally had an
exactly.
entire episode about that.
Exactly. Right? It was the episode where they said fuck the amount
No. That episode was shit. No. I'm talking about the episode where they were trying to get the bikers out of the town.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and then you got Big Gay Al coming up, and they're like, they see fags get out written on the wall, and they're like, "Oh, I thought we were past this." And then they see the motorcyclists go past, and fag.
That's right. I forgot about that. And by the way, but that's a quote.
Yeah. They actually make the same point in the episode that once again South Park has shown its fucking backward ways by thinking that just because they've changed the meaning of the word that it changes it everywhere. It wasn't until you got Webster up there to fucking write it into the book.
So,
Emmanuel Lewis.
How do you deal with bullies online? There are many tools, and people I don't know if they don't utilize them, or if they don't think about it, or if they just don't think it works. It is the old adage of the best way to deal with a bully is to report and ignore. There are ways on PC, on PlayStation 4, on the Xbox One for you to mute, block, and report anyone. And especially on a PlayStation Network and the Xbox, I'm not sure about PC, but they pay attention. Like, I remember seeing the 5 stars on my Xbox 360 profile and I was proud to have those 5 stars because no one ever complained about me because I was a fun gamer. I didn't care if I got my ass handed to me on whatever game I was playing, probably Halo 3. But I didn't care if I got my ass handed to me. I was still having fun. Now, I've never experienced bullying in gaming. Call it for what you may and reasons why, but also take into account, I don't play CSGO, and I don't play what's that other shitty shooter game?
No, if you want a game for bullying, holy fuck, look no further than a MOBA.
Really?
Oh my god, League of Legends and Dota 2. Fuck, those kids are mean. Jesus, they are fucking sociopaths.
Well,
like, there is zero empathy there. They will have you smiling right up until they slit your fucking throat.
Well, you have to. It's that, like, I do understand because that is like heavily competitive. But then again, so is CS:GO.
But no, I mean, like, in just like a regular fucking non-ranked match, they are fucking expecting perfection out of everyone except themselves. I've noticed this. This is the funny part.
So if I get into a League of Legends or a Dota 2 and just shit the bed.
Oh, there is guaranteed someone who is going to start fucking lacing into you. At least one. You might get lucky and you'll have someone else on the team like me who will start lacing into the other person, being like, the fuck's wrong with you? Do you expect perfection out of people? It's fucking crazy. You can't expect perfection. Why aren't you fucking doing everything? What? Okay, go on. Take all 5 by yourself. Go ahead. You're so perfect. Fucking hop on there. Get at it.
I should live stream it. I should live stream that. Oh. I'd fucking, that'd be fun.
It's honestly, you can get into battles where the entire match just stops and it's all about the fucking battle. And it's on when you're on the opposing team, it really fucking sucks because it's boring as shit. Right? Because League of Legends, you can be playing that for 20-25 minutes and it could be back and forth, and then it just turns. And if it turns but I've seen some amazing recoveries where, like, your final base is down to like 2 health, right? And your Spire comes back, so they can't hit it, so they have to go back to that, but the Spire kills all of them and all your guys respawn, and you just do this massive push right up through and you kill them and win, right? It's amazing how quickly that game can turn one way or the other, but only if you have a team that isn't fucking bitching at each other.
You mean a team that's working together?
Yeah, it's rare. It's rare to find a random group of people who will work together as a team. There's always at least one person who is going to be a little bitch.
Yeah. Okay, so there was one time I can think of, and it was absolutely a ridiculous situation. I was playing Battlefield 3, and I was playing online. I'm playing with a couple of my buddies, and I was on this one map where they had jets, and I remember hearing a jet, and I didn't think anything of it because I was on the ground. I was about to make my way into a barn, and then suddenly I got killed by a C4 explosion. Fine, whatever the case. It's fucking Battlefield, whatever, right? Suddenly, I get a voice message through Xbox 360, and this kid, whose balls probably haven't even dropped yet, sends me a message saying, like, "Oh,
squeakers.
Oh man, you should have seen yourself. Holy crap, man! I killed you with C4. I jumped out of a jet and then dropped a C4. Oh, you died. Oh, you fucking loser. You died. You died such a chump." And so I like stopped, and so I sent a message back, a voice message back to this kid saying like, wait, you're telling me that you jumped out of a perfectly good jet and then dropped C4 on me and then blew up me and yourself, and you're bragging about it? Go away, kid. And then he responded back yet again saying something along the lines of the fact that he had a YouTube channel and that I'm going to make it into his highlights for best kills on the YouTube channel. Blah, 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 blah. So I responded back to him with, hey, search the media jack. Suddenly, he wasn't on the server anymore. Like, what a little fucking puke. But again, that's it. Is it me feeding into it? Is it me egging him on? No, it's me responding to something.
Oh no, trust me, you are definitely feeding into it.
Fair enough. But
okay, how about I tell you how I deal with them?
Okay.
All right. So, oftentimes I'm playing Halo. People get pissed.
Because you're playing?
I'm killing too many.
Oh.
Or I took something that they want, and so they'll just start attacking me, right?
Okay.
In particular, this instance, I got to the tank before anyone else. So they spent the next 2-3 minutes shooting at me, trying to damage the tank.
Your own team.
Yeah. Right. And I fired a warning shot a couple of times, just grazed him, right? Just enough to set off his shields, not kill him.
Yeah.
And he just kept going until finally it's on fire.
Wait,
so finally
you could do team damage?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And you can, it's team kill, the whole works. So anyways, this isn't the first time that I've had people do this, and it's not the first time that I've done this. However, every time that I respond in this manner, they never fucking do it again, because oftentimes they're in a rotation for the next match, right? They see me, they fuck off. They do not bother me at all.
Let him be. Let him be. He's okay. Yeah. He's on our team. Be thankful for that.
No, they're just like, fuck, this guy's here again. Because the problem is that once they start doing that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not playing a ranked game, so I'm just going to spend the rest of the 15 minutes of this match just pecking at you. I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to keep pecking at you, keep your shields low, and anytime you aim at something, you can't aim because I just shot you and you just got brought out of Zoom. So for the next 15 minutes, and they get mad. They've come back, they've killed me, right? And sometimes I'll let them kill me because, boop, banned, betrayal. And they'll get a 15-minute ban.
A timeout.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of just it too, is that there are different ways and different methods to deal with dipshit gamers.
My argument is always the same. You want to be annoying?
You're messing with the best.
You chose the wrong target.
Anyway. So this whole bully hunters thing, like it's completely utterly blown up. And also on top of that, Steel Series, which is a company that specialize or they sell or manufacture or whatever gamer headphones. Somehow, I'm not 100% sure what was going on or what was happened, but what they supposedly were trying to do was trying to sell these headphones during this event to try to raise money for bullied gamers. What does that even fucking mean? Is there a charity out there for people who are shell-shocked from being bullied in game? Snap the disc in half.
Okay, no, you know what?
What?
Fucking, like I said, those kids are fucking sociopathic. There honestly should actually be a support group for people who have been bullied in game, because some of those kids are fucking ruthless.
Fine, but you can report them, block them, and like even on certain games you could say like, I don't want to be matched with this gamer tag anymore, right? And you can mute them.
I understand that. Actually, sometimes you can't, right? Because let's say League of Legends, you can mute them, but let's say you mute them and they're still going on, and some of your other teammates are responding to what they're saying. So then it's either mute everyone and then you could get banned for not being a part of the conversation. Right? That's a fucking bitch. I've had that happen to me.
Really?
Yeah, I got a fucking ban hammer because I blocked everyone, and then they all reported me for not being willing to communicate with the team.
There's a fucking reason.
Yeah, they were really fucking annoying. They were picking on another kid, and fucking he ended up muting them. And finally, I was like, okay, well, I'm going back to the game. You guys enjoy your fucking bullshit. So
peck fest.
Yeah. Sometimes I just won't even engage. Right. Especially in League of Legends, it's really hard to, because if you start to engage, you're gonna lose the match. Right?
Yeah.
Every fucking moment counts in that game. Holy shit! Like more so than any other game I've ever played. Every single moment counts.
What I don't like trash talk between different teams, like there's a limit clearly, right? But like you get into vulgarity and derogatory terms and whatnot, like. Okay, like there's no harm in muting or blocking someone who's on a different team. Dealing with League of Legends as an example, or CSGO as another example, wouldn't it be beneficial to try to find the best team possible? And to have the best team possible is great communication, camaraderie, support for each other, and weeding out the bullshit. And so
that's why when you find your 5-man team, you don't ever leave from your 5-man team, because you realize that when you go out into the other games and you deal with random people, you're guaranteed one of them is going to be a fucking asshole.
And this, like, a great example of this is I've really been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves, and I've been playing with Roll SK from Bitter Old Goons Gaming, as well as Chris from Dark Avengers Gaming. I think that's his gamer tag. And recently with Renegade Ninja, and a 4-man crew, us 4 together on a galleon, or even just the 3 of us, minus Renegade Ninja, man, we rake it in. And we work together. We have a fucking blast. We're constantly making each other laugh. But it is a great team, and we communicate, we know what to do, we have a plan in place. If another galleon or schooner shows up, I mean, we're able to do things and communicate very, very well. So, like, having a great team is what makes gaming fun. And I agree, bullies in gaming doesn't make gaming fun. But a bully is not someone who is anonymous, because their gamer tag is right there. And you will be able to notice them, point them out, and if you ever see them again, or if you have a chance to report them, then not like I've never heard of a gamer publisher or even a system developer not react properly to harassment and bullying. I've never heard of that, because usually they're pretty quick on the ban hammer, sometimes a little too quick.
Like, as was in my case.
Don't they know who you think you are?
No, they just didn't really look at the conversation to realize that they were picking on other people, and then they reported the people they were picking on, and then
formulaic.
They banned the person that was being picked on.
it was formulaic. Yeah.
Yeah. So
anyway,
and when I called them on it too, they said, "Sorry, there's nothing we can do." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Jeez.
Jesus Christ. So, proof they're not perfect.
This is true. Okay, so I got to wrap it up.
All right.
You first, sir.
You've been listening to the WTF ATTA podcast. You can find the website for more information on the crew and episodes and just other little tidbits. WTFATTA.blogspot.com. You got any questions, comments, concerns, email us, WTFATTApodcast@gmail.com. Search for us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and iTunes, WTFATTA, and on Facebook, the WTFATTA podcast.
And I'm JD the Media Jack. You can follow me all over social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, at the Media Jack. And this has been another episode of The Flipside. Alongside WTFATTA, what are we calling it?
Bully me, boys.
Bully me, boys? What is that, like an Eastern reference?
Hey, bully.
We talked about Mark Zuckerberg. We talked about social media. We talked about privacy settings and how everything is shared on Facebook. And we talked about bullies.
Bully my balls, Fuckerberg.
That will not fly.
Yeah, that might get a few censors. Unofficial title for mine.
Yeah. Something. Okay, so we talked a lot about bullies. We talked about bully hunters. We talked about social media and Facebook, Zuckerberg, privacy settings, Google. Boy, I'm drawing a blank here.
I like somehow throwing in like a Dog the Bounty Hunter kind of a thing.
Oh, you mean Zuck the bully hunter? Nah,
Maybe Berg.
Berg?
Berg, the bully hunter.
We'll go with
maybe Z-Berg. Z-Berg.
Z-Berg? Z-Berg, the bully hunter?
Z-Berg, the bully hunter. German edition.
We'll go with Z-Berg, the bully hunter.
Z-Berg. Yeah, you know what? Z-Berg. I like it. Z-Berg.
Z-Berg, the bully hunter. That sounds good. And, you know...
Oh, wait.
What?
I'm sorry, you just got me thinking about it. StarCraft. Zerglings.
Whatever. That's fine. Z-Berg. We'll go with Z-Berg. Z-Berg, because we're talking about Zuckerberg, right?
I wonder if that'll catch.
Z-Berg. He's already referred to it as a suck. Anyway, thanks, Eli. Jesus.